because my youngest stepbrother is, I think, 6 years older than me, maybe 4 years older than me, something like that. I'm not sure. Not sure of the math. It's Sunday morning, man.
What's that one Queen song? Lazing on a Sunday afternoon?
We're getting close. We're getting close to Sunday afternoon.
Yeah.
I like that Chicago song. Saturday, getting high.
Saturday. That was...
It ain't gotta be the 4th of July.
So how's it going, Jay?
It is going, man. It was, it's a beautiful day out. The sun's shining. Had a nice cruise listening to some sports talk radio on the way in. Nice, lazy Sunday morning.
Dude, that's what I like. Then it just got nice.
Oh, absolutely. This weather.
The last couple of days have been gray.
Fingers crossed we're not going to take a turn back to the dark side. I think Tuesday it's supposed to be like 86 degrees and then like 53 degrees the next day. So we're in that stupid 30-degree swing temperatures zone, which unfortunately for us in the Midwest and most importantly Michigan, we get that temperamental weather this time of year. I tried to talk my wife into moving to Texas when my daughter moved down there, and she's like, "Oh, but I'll miss the seasons." And I looked at her and I'm like, "Look, babe, you just pick a week in March or April. We'll come back. You can experience all 4 seasons."
Cause yeah, dude, you go south, you hit that Texas, California south, bro. It's just summer all year. It'll get colder. It might rain every 3 years. But it's hot, guys.
Well, my daughter's been in Texas for 2 winters, and it's funny, this year they came back to visit for Christmas, and they were hoping for snow. They went back to Texas, and 3 days after they were back, they got hit with 4 inches in Houston. In Houston, 4 inches. And the next day it was gone. It was gone.
Yeah.
So the weather there is,
This is odd.
It is. And in Houston, it's pretty close to like August or September here. Almost all year, because you get that moist air off the Gulf of whatever you want to call it. It just, aside from a few palm trees here and there and a short drive to the ocean, it's like here. It really is. I mean,
that's what I've been saying. Like, you guys are in the mid-coast. Michigan's the spoiled,
the northern coast.
I swear, because you guys are touching 5 of the biggest lakes. Because I know Canada, you Canadians have a bunch of lakes and shit, but we got the best.
We have the Great Lakes.
Got the Great Lakes. And dude, it's freaking great. Like, yes, it fills that crazy water body itch that I've lost moving away from the coast. But dude, an ocean coast compared to a lake coast,
oh, for sure.
night and day.
For sure. As a matter of fact, I was going through my Snapchat. Actually, whoa. I disappeared.
Oh no.
We're having some technical difficulties. If I disappeared, you still heard me. Anyways,
Continue.
I was looking at my Snapchat memories. Yes, I still have that. And a year ago today, I was performing in Galveston, Texas, at the Devil in the Deep brewery comedy, which was really fun. But earlier in the day, I had spent the day with my daughter, son-in-law, and grandson at Galveston Beach, and it was amazing. I tell you what, the itch to move down there is so bad. I just want to scratch it.
Tell you what.
But since you've been here in Michigan, have you hit the Great Lakes? Superior, Michigan?
Done.
I mean, we can do Erie when we're at my house next. I mean, Lake Erie is literally like at the end of the street.
Yeah, that's what I thought. We've done Lake Michigan. We got some family out there.
Okay.
So check that out a couple times, and yeah, dude, it's almost looking at the ocean.
Almost.
But
no UP trips.
UP yet. Like, we've been here 3 years. That's a problem. That's a problem.
Make the trip. It's beautiful up there. I've been to Paradise. I've not gone to the western Upper Peninsula, but basically just up the bridge and then straight up north. We went to Paradise. We went to the Tequamanon Falls, which are beautiful in pictures and awesome in real life. But yeah, I definitely suggest getting up there. It's worth it.
Because the closest to Superior I've gotten was, the fuck is it? Not Traverse City. The fuck Bay? What the fuck Bay? Like at the crook of the hand?
That wouldn't be Superior.
It's not Superior?
I don't believe so.
No, I'm so bad at geometry, guys.
Geometry? You're even in the wrong subject.
Geography.
That's geography. God, I am worried about our youth. Let's look at this. Great Lakes.
It's the Pineapple Express, guys. Come on.
Blaming it on the weed. Yeah, that's like Huron, bro.
Huron. So I've hit Huron, Michigan. Which was Superior?
Superior's all the way at the top. So you got Superior, Michigan, Huron, Erie. And the one that's hard to get to because it's you got to travel to New York is the Ontario, Lake Ontario. Right. It's got the Niagara Falls and stuff. But yeah, that's what it looks like. Looks like
no.
Looks like a little thinker.
Nowhere near Superior. I'm so sorry. I worked on a maps project.
For who? George R.R. Martin? Like, what kind of fantasy world are you building?
Because, I thought I'd touch more. But, I mean, we're right next to Lake St. Clair.
Oh, yeah.
So, that one. But it's not one of the Great Lakes, is it? It's like part of one of them?
No, it's just a Michigan lake.
Okay.
Growing up, I used to camp with my family at a place called Waffle Farm Campground, and that's in Coldwater, Michigan. It's on a chain of 7 lakes. So that used to be a thing that we did when I was a kid. Is we'd go camping for a week, get in the boat, and we'd just take one day and just kind of tour the channels and hit all 7 lakes. It was fun. I mean, growing up in the Midwest was fun. I enjoyed it.
No, yeah, like that's what's pretty nice out here. There's actually a lot to do.
There is.
It's just not in the city, and that's fine. Like, enough of the city, dude.
The city's fun. Don't get me wrong. I like going to Detroit, Grand Rapids, the bigger cities. But dude, the smaller towns, just outside of civility, where you can just sit on your back porch and
that's what I love, dude.
Just look out, have a bonfire. You don't have to worry about a city ordinance and people losing their mind because you're having a fire or some shit. But I lived in Newport, which is kind of between Monroe and kind of the downriver-ish area. It's probably 25 minutes from like major stores. You could probably catch a Kroger in 15 minutes. But I loved it out there. It was peaceful. I did live off a major road, which sucked, but it was still fun. I had 2 acres. It was like a shotgun lot. It was super narrow, but very long.
Super long. Okay.
Yeah. So
good space.
Yeah, it was fun. Love that country living.
Yo,
Plus with the chickens, the chickens would love it.
We're transitioning into some chicken talk.
Oh, we could do some chicken talk. How are the eggs?
We ate them all. we're an egg family, so this bird flu's not been happy, keeping us happy out here.
Right.
We're pretty upset about that.
Yeah. So you enjoyed your eggs. You ate them all. The wifey's on bread making, so maybe I'll get you on the list for a loaf of bread. I think she's at home putting together some cinnamon bread for us right now. But yeah, dude, it's good. So the next dozen eggs are already spoken for, but I got your name on the next one.
That's fine.
Yeah, the chickens, Rocky and Mabel, the hawk survivors.
Hawk survivors.
They're hawk survivors. They both have been attacked by hawks, but they're getting feisty this time of year, man. I'm a slow roller in the morning. I like to just get up, have the coffee, wake and bake a little, have a couple cigarettes, and then I'll wake them up or, let them out of their cage when the wife's at work. But, man, right now, if you're not out there between 7 and 7:30, they are screaming to be let out of their coop. They are not happy. They're like, let's go. We're missing time. The early bird gets the worm, dude. We're late.
You gotta hit those moist wormies, man. Come on.
Right. But, I help take care of the chickens. My wife loves them. They're her babies. I just came up. I started working this new bit. I had done it a little variation of it before with the eggs. Eggs being expensive and people asking for them on Facebook. Flexing like that. I kind of look at it a little differently now. Like, look, I've never been a drug dealer. I've never been into dealer culture. I worked at a dispensary for a short moment. That's probably the closest I've come. Now, flash forward to 2025, I'm slinging eggs. Dude, I'm thinking about getting strapped. Got to carry. This is high dollar value.
Look, man, $9 for a dozen, $4 for a dozen, unbelievable.
And these are organic, free range. And when I say free range, they are all over my backyard.
I've seen it. I've stepped in it. It's real, dude. Dude, that's what
yeah.
No, yeah. I haven't had chickens myself in a hot minute, but the parents do. Because the parents are living in country life out in the San Bernardino desert.
Ooh, nice.
So they got multiple chickens. I think they have 4 hens and 1 rooster, and they just hatched some chicks.
Oh, nice. So
But
they're doing the whole recycle, huh?
oh, and
The circle of life.
bro, that circle of life is brutal. It has murdered 3 of the chicks already.
Whoa.
Only 2 of like the 5 that have been born are still around. So I was like,
Yeah, so we're in the city. There are some rules to having chickens. The main one is no roosters. No roosters in the city limits. There's a limit. You can only have, I don't know what the number is, 6 or 8 maybe. I don't know, 4. I don't know. But it's funny. I've recently been seeing on the socials, like local news sources stating that a lot of local communities are urging their city council to ease up chicken restrictions so they can have them in their backyard, like a mini flock. I think it's a good idea. Especially if you're going to use them for the eggs. You're not trying to overpopulate your neighborhood with, you're not trying to make, this chicken, this chicken empire or whatever. But
I was looking for it too.
But like,
on a farm.
you're right. Just a couple little pets that, hey, you drop us eggs, we can use those.
Yeah, not a farm.
Unlike my 3 dogs that shit in the yard, and it's like, oh, come on, guys, I can't do nothing with this.
Oh man, that's what I was hoping. I'm like, dog poop helps fertilize. It's like, not really. It's so high in all these other things that kind of kills plants. I'm like, God damn.
Right.
God damn.
But yeah, the chickens, they're fun to have around. I BS with them. I don't touch bond them. For whatever reason, I don't want to have to be the one who's emotionally attached to them.
Yeah.
Kind of like they say on Nemo, chickens are our friends, but they are our food, or whatever Bruce said in that movie. Yeah. If I have to, I don't want to, I'll be the one to do it.
Yeah, I don't want to feel bad during that. Because, I haven't had chickens because of that fucking circle of life, dude. You guys have hawks out here, man? We had coyotes back in Cali.
Oh, so would your chickens just disappear? They just take off with them?
Not necessarily. Like, we ended up just getting fucking ransacked.
Oh.
Like, they just jumped the fence, moided 90% of our chickens. We had like 4 left.
Damn.
One of them was dying, but we saved her.
So, similar situation. Look, confession time, and I think I've told this, I've mentioned it on stage before. It was very sloppy, but I have a fear of things with wings. Okay? So, story from this morning, I was getting ready to head out here. Which, by the way, I have jeans on, and that's something that usually doesn't happen on a Sunday unless I'm going to church.
Oh, no.
So, kudos to me for putting jeans on.
Is this new church, guys?
But I was getting ready, and my wife goes, "What is that noise?" She goes, "It sounds like it's coming down the chimney." No, of course, it's not Christmas, so fat ass ain't coming to visit. But I go out and I look, there's a woodpecker on the top of my chimney.
Fucking woodpeckers?
Rattling, like hitting the cap. So
yeah.
The woodpecker's hitting this metal cap. And it's echoing down the chimney. It sounds freaky. It was wild. But the reason I have a fear of things with wings, when my kids were little, I had 2 bats in the house, and I freaked out. Yeah.
I mean,
they came from the attic. So they broke down the little screen behind the vent thing and got in. Yeah, that was the whole thing.
That's a situation.
Never had an issue with that until I moved into the current house with the wifey.
Gotcha.
Now we have a chimney. Weeds wheeling, guys. Woo. Anyways, we have a chimney and a basement now. So we've had 2 ducks and a bird come down the chimney and a bat in the basement.
Right.
So my wife thought it would just be okay to allow us to have winged pets in the backyard. So there's a reason I don't have a bond with these animals.
What?
So the hawk attack, I was home during the first one. And the chickens were in the back just going nuts, going ape shit, right? And I'm like, what is going on? I'm thinking, oh, maybe they're laying eggs or whatever. They're just, squawking, making noise.
Right.
Well, after a few, 2-3 minutes, it didn't let up. So I went back into the backyard and I couldn't see them. So I walked down the deck and I turned the corner, and Mabel, the orange chicken, is just getting throttled by this hawk. And I look around and this hawk noticed me. It spread its wings like this, turned around and leaned back and looked at me like I was next. I ran through my house, out to the front door, sat in the front yard going, what the fuck am I going to do?
What did I just see?
Luckily, my wife rolled up right as this was happening. And I told her, Mabel's being attacked. Hawk. And she didn't even shut the car off. She runs back there, shoos the hawk away, thought the chicken was gone, right? And there's an emotional attachment to these chickens because they're from her daughter that passed away last year.
Right.
So there's an emotional attachment on top of just she loves the chickens anyways. Thought this chicken was gone. And she nursed it back. It's back laying eggs. This chicken is one tough bitch, man.
Like, you can't bring me down, bitch.
The other one was just a slider attack. But
Just came in trying but missed.
Pretty much. Was kind of like stalking them. I got a picture of that big ass hawk. I'll show you off camera. But yeah, it's that was a traumatizing experience for me.
I'm upset for you, dude.
Yeah, look, the joke is, look, I don't care where you stand. Everybody's afraid of something with wings. Birds, bees, angels. Religious or not, an angel shows up, you're shitting your pants.
Yeah. I read the Action Bible once or twice. Yo.
That's if you can see them as they're blinding, I guess, in some adaptations.
Some of them are blinding, some of them are invisible.
Oh, man. Let's see. What do I want to mark off? I haven't marked anything off my list. Did you have a show list today? I have a few things.
Show list? I don't. I'm terrible, guys.
That's all right.
I'm just here to smoke and chat.
Smoke and chat. That's all right. Do you want to dive into Marvel Madness?
Guys, I'm
Or
back on the Rivals.
Or should I say, in my case, Marvel Sadness?
What happened? Wait, what?
My Xbox is
Oh,
incompatible with Rivals, bro.
I'm back on the Rivals, and
I'm gonna have to just live vicariously Rivals through you. I did. I fired up the Xbox for the first time in months last night. I'm like, all right, I've said it for several episodes. Here we go. I'm gonna lock in. I'm gonna check this out. First, as soon as you type M in the search bar,
Marvel Rivals.
there it is. Yes, season 2. Oh, coming. I look. Where's the down? Not compatible. Not compatible with what? What the? How is this possible?
Jake, here's
So yeah, I'm in the Stone Age, I guess, with my Xbox, bro.
What we're doing. We're trading it in for a new Xbox. I might only have to pay like $50.
This is a good idea. I should upgrade.
We're about to start getting new consoles this year.
Maybe I should
Xbox.
wait.
Probably.
Hold out for a little bit. Wait.
No, I think it's probably the best time to get the current console because of the upcoming console. Because look, I dropped it like 2-3 episodes ago, but Nintendo's dropping a new console, the Switch 2.
Yeah.
Gonna be
The tariffs. I've noticed because of the tariffs. I watched the news and they're talking about the price of the games and stuff, and you know the console itself may go from $500 to $700.
With tariffs, man.
It's insane.
Because dude, just straight from the fucking Nintendo Direct, it's gonna be $500. The new consoles, portable PlayStation 4 is what they're saying. You gotta like it.
I do.
So it's a new Nintendo with PlayStation 4 hardware, 2 mice now, because the controls work as mice now.
I'll tell you, I've not played the Switch. Period. Not picked it up, not looked at it. I have no idea even how to operate the thing. Probably the last Nintendo thing I had played with was maybe the 3DS. Maybe no.
Look, 3DS.
The regular DS XLs. And that's when my kids were little, you know? I mean, I played that, and that's probably the last thing I did. I played, like, that Mario game that was on there. Maybe some Hot Wheel games with my kids. Oh, the Lego games. The Lego Star Wars, Lego Batman from the original DS days.
Here's the thing. Nintendo just makes bangers. That's the problem. And so like it's so expensive, but it's gonna be so good. Because that was sort of the problem with the Switch. It was really nice because it was actually cheaper than like the PlayStation 4 or the Xbox.
Why won't Nintendo get into like a Xbox or a PlayStation console again?
No. The Nintendo Switch is their last.
It is a console.
Yeah,
I thought it was portable, like a.
That's the thing. It's portable too. That's
mind blowing.
Nintendo is amazing. They just work on quality. Like PlayStation and Sony come in with like good hardware. Like they do like current hardware.
Right.
So like it's better than some computers in some cases for cheaper, but it's still like a $400 console, maybe $300 when they go on sale.
Ooh.
The PlayStation 5 without a disc reader is $450, basically $500. Oh, cherry's out.
No, here we go. Yeah. I don't know.
Xbox, and now Valve/Steam are doing.
Steam's an app, right?
Steam is an app that you can get on PC and Mac and Linux.
I'm not much of a PC gamer, but I've heard of Steam. So other podcasts that I listen to, shout out New Rockstars, Everything Always, some other ones I'm sure. But I hear them talk about the Steam platform.
Look. Like they were just originally like they made games and they're all like, here's where you can buy our games. And then eventually it's like, everyone can put their games on here because we had made it super easy. It's a super easy like user interface. So like, why make a new one? It's like, let's just have Steam. And so that one just blew up naturally. And now they've made their own, basically Nintendo Switch, the Steam Deck, which is PlayStation 3 hardware. It's pretty decent. You can do most modern games. But it works better, just like the Switch, on the dock.
So do you think that we're moving into a... so to make a comparison, you had Ford, Chevy, and we're just going to say Chrysler, Stellantis, whatever. You had the big three, right? So you had Nintendo, Sega, to start, and then PlayStation moved in, and then Sega kind of went away, and Xbox replaced it. So you still had the big three.
Yeah.
Are we moving into where there's, now you're starting to get your Teslas, your Toyotas? Is that where we're going to start getting the Steam Deck? Are we going to start seeing other companies come out with like a platform like that, or what's your thoughts as the gamer? I'm just curious.
As the gamer, there are already like the gamer big three, like game sharing platforms like that. It's Steam, I want to say Origin, and Ubisoft.
Okay.
They all those are the three like main.
Ubisoft sounds like, I feel like I remember that as like a game developer back in the day.
Creed.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. So I remember seeing that bumper in front of some games before. Okay. See, I'm not completely ignorant, and
hey guys. Here's the thing. Like, none of them are cool enough that look, here's what I'm saying, Jake. Get the new Xbox because they're putting Steam on the Xbox.
I heard that. Yeah.
Because now there's a bunch of games you can get on Steam that now Xbox took a similar model with the Game Pass. They're like, how about pay us? Here's a bunch of games. You can also play with people on computer. Oh, okay.
So it's cross-platform as well. Okay.
And so that's what my friend and I were doing. Like, he was playing with the Xbox Pass Halo, and I was playing with the Steam Halo.
Okay.
I'm like, basically no problem. Like, his loaded slower. But that was about it. So like that's pretty nice, man. Like now you can have a computer and your Xbox on Xbox. But here's the thing.
There's always a catch.
Here's the thing. I'd say just get the current Xbox. Like you got the last Xbox.
Yeah, I think I have just the regular Xbox One.
Yeah. Ooh. Yes. That's PS4.
Okay.
So,
is there a new Xbox due out this year as well?
Well, it's this upcoming Xbox that's gonna have Steam.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. And that'll probably drop closer to Christmas, like
Maybe
fall-ish, maybe?
If this year, maybe
like release schedules?
probably next year.
Okay.
Or maybe this year, because again, Nintendo Switch 2's coming out, and they're coming out with that expensive ass console, but it looks so freaking good.
So would it and this is, the weeds wheedling. I'm gonna ask. I'm asking questions today. I'm a curious fuck. So marketing wise, would it make sense to drop at same time? Because then you're like, ooh, I gotta choose this or that, and it's like head to head sales competing. Or why would they not, like, okay, Nintendo's pulling their thing this year, let them have the glory, everybody will buy, the new will wear off, then we'll drop our thing, and then they'll be like, oh, a new toy, I got it, Is that kind of like that? Because I feel like even in the movie business, sometimes, like Comic-Con, like not everybody shows up to Comic-Con. If DC's going to be like, oh, we're blowing, Comic-Con out of the water this year, not that would happen. Let's be honest, DC. Marvel sometimes just doesn't show up, or they have a much smaller, like, software update, or like, hey, we're going to drop this little show or special presentation or something. Does it work kind of like that in the gaming world?
Yeah, similarly.
Okay.
Like, Nintendo's dropping a new console. I think Sony's dropping an upgraded console.
Okay.
The PlayStation 5 Plus.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, so that makes sense.
Yeah, the PS5 Pro. Yeah.
Because I feel like Samsung and Apple do the same thing. They release phones, but they're not like at the same time. They're off schedule.
And yeah, that's what I was wondering. Like, I think they would do some like spring, fall.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah. Okay.
That sounds about right.
Now, as far as retro gaming, I mean, I'm a big retro gamer. I'm not. My ADHD isn't Elon Musk level to be able to be like Fallout or Fortnite or all those crazy shooter games like that, where it's like high intensity stimulation, like right from the rip. What are some old school games, or what are some consoles that I could like
dive into
to be able to sample these old relics that I like, and then I'll tell you about two that I wrote down for today's show.
Jake Cake. Here's the thing: get the Switch, get the Nintendo Switch. If you don't get a new Xbox, get a Switch.
All right, I'm writing that down.
Dude,
look into Switch. The original or the new one? Because I don't have $700.
Yeah, not the Switch 2. It's going to be very clear whether it's a Switch Lite, or a Switch 2.
Regular Switch or Switch Lite?
Switch.
Regular Switch. Okay.
Because that you can hook up to your TV, you can play with multiplayer, and you're not.
I'm sure there's an online play ability too with other Switch players.
Yes. Okay. And here's the thing. I mean, no, it's actually pretty nice. Like $50 for the year. You have the Nintendo Pro subscription.
So it's like the Game Pass for Xbox?
Yeah.
Okay.
And you get Nintendo games, Super Nintendo games, Sega games, the Sega Jaguar games.
I don't even know what that is.
N64 games, Game Boy games, Game Boy Advance games.
Wow. So they have that like their whole catalog.
Yeah, they have a solid catalog there.
And then with that yearly pass, you play whatever, basically, or
it's just out of that, cause
like out of those catalogs. Yeah. Okay, and that's a pretty deep catalog, though. I mean, that'll hit everything I want to do. Paperboy, Excite Bike. I know we talked about that one before.
Dude, they got Excite Bike N64.
I never played it. I never played the updated versions. I mean, essentially, Paperboy is what? A Subway Surfer on your phone? Essentially.
That cool. You don't get ads.
But, so two of the games that I wrote down, one's I believe a Super Nintendo game, and the other one is a Sega game. And one is my best friend and I, we rented this game, and there was one level that just was the bane of our existence, and I can't remember specifically what the level was, but I'm sure talking about it out loud, my phone will remind me at some point.
Hey, this is the thing.
The Goof Troop game.
Goof Troop.
I believe it was Super Nintendo, and it was like a story mode, and you played as Goofy, and I think the big boss was obviously Pete.
Right.
But it was just tons of fun. That was one of the games that I just remember we rented endlessly and played a ton. The other one was a Sega game. It was a strategy game called Herzog. Have you heard of it?
I don't think so.
No. Okay. So it's a strategy game, and it's basically, there were like 6 or 8 different maps. There was like a water map or 2 different water maps, a couple of different, like Earth layouts, and then there was one that was specifically for like aerial attacks and stuff. So basically what it was is you were granted 2 bases that were like your home bases, and then you had 4 outposts, and then there were like 10 or 12 independent bases that your goal was to create these. You collected money or mining coins or whatever that was how you made your money, and then you would send these little guys off to go take over these bases. And then once you got like 4 guys in, once you got the little security system, once you got your 4 guys or whatever it was in that base, then that was your base.
Yeah.
And the only way they could take over was if they just defeated your sources and sent their guys in. But it was like this long strategy game, and we would play this game. It would take 2-3 days. Like, we would pause it, and we lived like a house between us, and we would just, for 2-3 days over the weekend, just play one map. And it was crazy. We would team up, we would do strategies and stuff, all the kids in the neighborhood. It was fun. But I like those types of games where it's like strategy takeover games. Yes.
Have you ever played StarCraft?
No.
Because it was sounding kind of StarCrafty. It's 3 factions. It's the Zerg, the Humans, and the Advanced Aliens.
Oh, okay.
And so they all play a little different, but it's the same. You mine material and you convert gas.
Okay.
And then with those 2 resources, you make everything. And then we just war.
Really? Okay.
So you build your own little outpost, and you start with 1. So like,
now, is it you versus CPU, or is this a newer console game? Or
oh no, this is pretty old computer game.
Okay.
It's just been updated. It looks nicer, but it plays the same.
Okay.
And you can't play computers. I generally play computers to play empty-minded. Pause and do some shit. And
right.
Come back. But yeah, you can play with people.
Okay.
Like, I've definitely played with people, but with just 2 people, it's long. Like, 3, 4 people, yo. Because then let's go back to how Civilization, dude. So the Sid Meier's Civilization, and there's also, I forget which one.
I think Civilization might be on Xbox, but I'm not sure. I don't have the Game Pass right now, so I can only play what's free.
Yeah, I think Civ 6 is on the pass. Last I saw. And I think they're coming out with Civ 7. And the best
Mixed reviews.
Yeah, Civ 6 was honestly Civ 5 is my go-to. Because it still looks great and they all play the same basically. You just want to build an empire. You start with a settler and
Same framework, different color siding.
basically. So choose to play as Montezuma or like the Queen of Russia, the Queen of Britain.
Okay.
It's pretty nice. So you all have like different things.
You all got your own different little missions.
Like I think if you're Britain, you have a great navy, and if you're Caesar, like if you take over, the people aren't as upset. Because ooh, dude, we should do a Civ day. Because that it just goes.
We'll talk civilization.
But we can get off of video games.
Actually, video games we can lead in because I think we talked about. Have you played any like Star Wars games? I know I mentioned in the past. I believe, shout out right now in theaters for the 25-year anniversary of Return of the Sith in theaters. That was the video game, Star Wars video game that I played the most of. The PlayStation 2 version, I think it was. Had the iconic lightsaber duel fight on the front. My ex-wife and I played that a ton, but because I wanted to talk about some Star Wars stuff coming up as well. We can, while we're in a galaxy far, far away.
Yeah, dude, I played some Star Wars games. I played Battlefront and Battlefront 2. Battlefront is...
I know those are big games, but I've never played them.
On the PlayStation and Xbox, they were a lot tamer, but they're the best. They're the best. You're doing all the Star Wars battles.
Okay.
In the point of view of the drones.
Oh,
your
from
clones and drones.
Clones and drones. Okay.
So you get to play with episode 1 through 6, and you play all those battles.
Okay, so it's like relive your favorite moments from the film, just from a different POV.
Yeah, and so it is just a shooter, a team shooter fighter. But it's pretty cool, man.
It seems fun. I might have to give that a try.
You take out enough people fast enough, you can play the hero.
Ooh.
It's like, who was fighting in Tatooine on this one? It was Yoda. You're like, ooh.
Nice.
So the Battlefront games were pretty cool. Dude, you get to hear all his little flavor words. Oh, we should do a little Battlefront one day.
Ooh.
All right.
You're the gamer. Line it up.
Write down the game list. But the coolest one, the one that everyone talked, was Force Unleashed.
Yes. That was that Star Killer?
Star Killer.
Okay, yeah. I know my Star Wars lore. Ish.
Dude, apparently they're saying, like, no, Star Killer wasn't that crazy powerful. But, like, shut up. It was pretty fucking cool, man. You brought down a fucking starfighter with the Force? Come on.
I mean, they've retconned some things to show Vader doing the same in the movies and whatnot.
That's the thing. It's like let him be able to do that. Show us Vader be strong. Like,
right.
He's supposed to be the strongest. Are you telling me?
I mean, even Rey in later episodes 7, 8, and 9. I mean, you see her. I don't know if you're up to date, but you see.
I didn't watch 9.
Okay, so yeah, I think it was 8 or 9 where you see her basically almost holding a ship back, but then it explodes. Sorry, spoiler alert.
That sounds like 9, but
yeah, like she's trying to keep it from taking off, but it just explodes and breaks apart because she's not quite powerful enough yet to bring it back. So yeah, it puts too much stress on the ship. So where are you at in the Star Wars like show and movie verse? Like, what have and haven't you watched?
I've watched episode 1 through 8.
Okay.
I've watched The Mandalorian.
Complete? Up to date?
Yeah, up to where, spoilers, the Grogu has to go train.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
There's a new movie coming out next year, Mandalorian and Grogu. Ooh. It's going to complete the Mandalorian and Grogu story.
I like it.
There was a trailer shown at Celebration Day, Star Wars, a couple weeks ago. Dave Filoni and Jon Favreau and them were on hand talking about that, which is why I wanted to talk about this. I know we've been very Marvel heavy, but wanted to shift into some of the Star Wars stuff because right after the end of Daredevil Born Again, now we're heading into Andor season 2.
Right, I saw.
And they're releasing it in chapters. So the first chapter was the first 3 episodes. Okay. Admittedly, I got to go back and watch Andor season 1. I didn't watch it yet, but now I'm gonna go back and watch it. I hear it's really good. I like Ben Mendelsohn as an actor. He's really good. So check that out. But they're also doing Ahsoka. Have you seen that?
No.
Ahsoka was really good, and they're coming back with season 2. So that's something to look forward to. Some other news out of that I've heard rumblings on the net about. I don't know I can't remember the sources or whatever, so don't take me at my word. But there's a Ryan Gosling starfight, like a pilot. It's basically Top Gun and Star Wars mashed together. And Ryan Gosling's gonna be the star of that one. And then I hear a zombie, not zombie, but like a horror based stormtrooper show where it's gonna be very dark and like have like a horror movie type feel to it, which you get a little bit of in the Ahsoka series if you watch that. There's some spoiler dark stormtrooper stuff happens. Ooh. And the sister witches and there's a lot of cool. Ahsoka's a pretty key series to watch that continues the series. Plus it brings those Star Wars Rebel fans. See, I never watched the animated stuff ever, but it brings all those characters into the live action verse as well.
God damn.
So yeah,
because I know animated is on my fucking list, and like that's why I haven't watched too much. Because I watched Kenobi. Kenobi was good. I liked Kenobi a lot. But I was super hyped because of in Mandalorian, fucking Ahsoka was teased. I was like, ooh.
Yeah, she comes back there in that one episode, or 2 episodes, something like that. She makes a couple quick cameos. Yeah.
I was like, whoa.
Yeah, and then they give her whole series, dude, and it's fantastic. There's some major appearances, let's just say, in that series. One of the main bad guys, or I don't know if he's maybe a bad guy, good guy, in between guy, anti-hero. I'm not 100% sure. Maybe season 2 will tell us more. But one of the characters, Baylan Skoll, is in season 1 of Ahsoka. The actor that played him passed away, and they recast him with the guy from Game of Thrones who played the Mutt. So that looks pretty cool. And I really like his character because he carries an orange lightsaber. So I can be swayed. But yeah, it's I'm telling you, invest in Ahsoka if you want to get into something. It's a pretty quick watch. You could probably binge it soon. Couple days maybe. Depends on how locked in you want to get.
True.
I can sit down and binge a lot. I got a big appetite. I love taking in content. Which I just re-upped Amazon Prime, so I'm mowing down Invincible this week. So in the next couple episodes, we're gonna sit down and talk some Invincible.
Dude. Because after Invincible, dude, you gotta catch up on your Fallout, man.
I never watched Fallout. I never played the games. Obviously, I'm not the gamer. But I'll take the show because you had mentioned The Last of Us is a pretty good game to show ratio as far as watchability, which that's on the list to get into this week coming up as well. So I'll put Fallout on the list as well.
Dude, Fallout's pretty short. It's only got one season, but
Season 2's coming. I do know that.
Yeah. Game to show, bro. Peak. It's like perfect harmony.
Okay, so Twisted Metal then. I know that's a show and that's a game.
Ooh,
that's got Captain America in it. Anthony Mackie.
Well, I should add it on the list.
All right, well, maybe have to add that on the list. I don't know that I have that service, but
ooh, that's the thing. Yeah.
I don't know to get into it today, but there was a leak online. Oh, I did have it on here. King of the Hill leak for the episode titles for the new reboot.
Ooh.
We can dive deeper into these, but I'll tease a couple that maybe stand out. I gotta get the phone out for this one though. So the first episode obviously makes really good sense. Return of the King.
I like it.
Another one, Any Given Hill Day. Bobby Gets Grilled.
Yo.
Let's see. Care of the Dog. Propane Recall. Best Little Marriage in Texas. Hank Ruffles Some Feathers. And Reality Bites. So, those are in no particular order other than the first one. Thoughts? I know I'm excited. I'm a huge King of the Hill fan. I'll say it always. But I'm excited. These look like some good titles. I wonder who's getting married. That's interesting.
Right. I want it.
I'm itching for anything. Character designs, a trailer. Dude, it's coming out this summer. Here we are. It's almost May and we don't even have a trailer. I'm hoping that they release that in May when they do that con down in Texas. So, fingers crossed.
Fingers crossed, guys. Because my only question is that one writer from the original run doing anything on this reboot?
Greg Daniels?
I think.
Mike Judge and Greg Daniels, I believe are both back.
They're both back.
Which there's another Greg Daniels show that I want to talk about that's on Amazon now that I have Amazon back. We'll circle that into another show. Yeah, make sure I write that down. But those were some King of the Hill things that I saw leak early today, and I thought I'd throw it on the show notes since we're both pretty big fans.
Love it.
And you're in it right now. So.
I'm in season 4.
Season 4.
Okay. We just watched.
I know Peggy already jumped out of.
Peggy's jumped and survived.
She jumped and survived. We got GH is born. Season 4. What are we doing in season 4? I don't remember.
There's a lot of debauchery with Dale and Bill.
Oh, the dynamic duo. The dynamic duds.
Oh my god, it was just the
Oh, time out. We're the dynamic spuds.
There we go, guys. What type of potato are you?
I'm a russet, dude.
Russet? Let's go for I feel like I'm a Idaho Golden. You know, a little
Western.
A little Columbia.
I'm a russet. I'll grow in anything.
Russet feels very, very America. Middle America.
This is the best mashed potato. I don't know. Maybe makes great baked potatoes, and I
do love the.
I get baked pretty easily too.
Fuck, where we out?
King of the Hill. Any other thoughts on that? I don't really have anything else. I'm just eagerly anticipated the release of this.
Oh yeah, I'm excited. I really want to see older Bobby. Like you said, GH has got to be here somehow.
Yeah, he's got to be 10, 12-ish.
Are we having the whole cast back? Are we going to have Luann and Lucky?
Are we? Yeah. What's going to be the story there? Because both those voice actors have passed on. Dale passed. Johnny Hardwick passed. He had. So I had heard that he had recorded like 4 episodes. So how do they phase him out? Or, maybe does he pass away and then they actually marry Red Cornyn and his wife, Nancy Hicks Gribble. She'll be Nancy Hicks Gribble Redcorn. Then they're gonna tell Joseph, like, look, if you haven't, there's a 23andMe episode.
No, that's exactly how it happens.
We're pitching this season 15. We'll do it. We'll write the episode.
Guys, we want to be part of it.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Oh my god, that's just. I just want to watch it now.
I know.
Bring it out. Where is it?
Could shout out. Maybe we could
come
get
to Texas.
Could we get a little screener, maybe, and review a couple episodes?
Come on. Hey,
we're down. We'll do it. We can keep our mouths shut.
We're quiet. We're cool. We're chill.
As we run our mouths into a microphone. So we talked about the mall last time, and I built a store. Creeps. I know I've been talking it up to everybody. It's hilarious.
Between 4:20 and 7:10, we play "Creep" by Radiohead.
Oh man. So I did have to make a little bit of an audible change to my design, though. We talked about the general setup for the mall being 2 stories. Accessories on the bottom, with the food court and the movie theater, and upstairs would be the actual marijuana portion of the mall. The product, if you would say. Where you'd have your different stores. Well, I kind of like to make an audible here, and Creeps is the only store located on the lower level, and it's in the back corner. Between the food court and the movie theater.
Yes.
And then there's the exit of the store is out the back of the mall. So that's the audible. Those were the few changes after we talked that I thought I would tweak. That's why I put mall plans. So when we get a few more people on the pod and they start placing stores, we've got a few things we can build around now.
I approve. I like this.
Anybody opposed, say nay. I don't hear any nays. Exactly. We're good to go.
We're not that far out from the city. No one's gonna say. No one's got no horse. Have you seen any horses around here?
So I not here. I live close enough to farm country that. There was a horse that got loose and was in Flat Rock, just kind of walking down the road.
Not the loose pet.
That's been a thing that's happened. Horses. Where I come from originally, just outside of Fort Wayne, Indiana, in a little town called New Haven, you could probably hit a golf ball a couple times and end up in Ohio. It's that close to the line. I grew up with a large population of Amish people. So horse and buggies and horses was definitely a thing that I grew up with. I've got a couple of bits that I do on stage about going to school with the Amish folk. My family had power. Not political or anything or money. It was just
like TC.
Yeah, more like air conditioning. Light bulbs, things like that. But horses. Where were we? We did King of the Hill, blah blah blah. As I'm finishing up my coffee, coffee and conversation list. I saw this pop up on my memories that I had shared a couple years ago. I was into like just kind of where I'm at now, just a lot of intake, knowledge, like watching things, learning things. Yeah. And I made a list of people that if I could sit down and have just an hour and coffee with, who would it be? And top of the list was like Kevin Smith, Michael Simon, the chef. Unfortunately, it's not possible, but Anthony Bourdain. I'd love to sit down. Who would you want to sit down and just like 2 or 3 people? Who do you want to sit down and have coffee with and just pick their brain? And you could, if anything's open, you could pitch them. You just find something out about them. Just the floor is open. No question is off the list.
God damn, put me on the spot.
I did.
I feel like a deer in the headlights, man.
That's all right. I got a couple of them. You can put some thought into it.
There's this one dude, like the first one, Todd Howard. I want to see what's going on with
Tom Howard. Yeah, he sells insurance down the street, right? I don't even know who the fuck. Tom Howard sounds like he sells you insurance, dude. No. Is this a comedian? Who is this? No. Actor?
Todd Howard.
He's a probably video game guy. He's a video game. Nailed it. Third choice.
He was he is the head of Bethesda. Like he's the face of Bethesda, I want to say.
Is that a gaming
studio?
Okay, gotcha.
They do Fallout. They do Elder
Scrolls. Okay.
A few other games, but those are the 2 that come to mind right now. But I mean, like they keep promising shit and then like not doing anything. Like, guys, we talked about this. This is what we have. This is what we can do. Why are you promising shit?
So you want to interrogate him, basically?
I just want to like hang out. Because honestly,
Can I just come sit in your office with you for an hour?
Like, how do you become your position? Like that sounds amazing.
So. As a video game guy, not to get too far off this topic, but I'm sure you've seen Grandma's Boy.
Grandma's Boy, I don't think so.
It's an Adam. Oh my God,
Adam Sandler? No,
it's not Adam Sandler. It's not. It's his. It's like his group. It's like their little side project. It's kind of like their reward for being in all his movies. Like he's like, okay, I'm Happy Madison, go make it. And it's his caddy from Billy Madison. It's Nick Swardson. It's just this. It's all like the side characters are main characters in this. He moves in with his grandma, and he's a video game developer. He developed this video game. You'd like it. It's super crazy funny. It's good for a laugh.
I have to put it on the list. What the fuck are we talking about?
Who you want to sit down and have coffee with for an hour?
Yeah. Todd Howard's one because he's goofy, but I mean, like he's doing work, man. He's in the position,
right?
I know it's not the best. Fuck. Who else?
Do we need to circle back to this?
I think we gotta circle back.
We'll circle back to this. We're gonna add this as a as a question for guests and as a segment on the show.
Who do you actually want to sit down and hang out with?
Living, not living, real, fictional. We can do real, fictional. Fictional character, who would you want to sit down and have a cup of coffee with? Tony Stark for me. For sure. Tony Stark. I mean, we're probably sitting down and having a bourbon, though. I mean, and not a coffee. Or both. You know.
Stark. Dude, like, I never think about
Dude, you got serious wheedling going on over there.
It's so wheedled over here.
All right, let's jump. I'm going to put you on the spot again, and I got another. Oh, you got one?
It'd be Logan.
Oh.
Wolverine Logan.
Wolverine. James Howlett.
I need to know what he knows. Like, how long.
We're going to wheedle again. We're going to wheedle again.
100%. Because that one was hard.
He's like, I need to wheedle a little bit before you hit me with this next question. Yes, I'm fiddling around in my pocket trying to get fire for my friend. That's alliteration.
Some Stephen King.
So, do you do any impressions?
I don't do any on stage because I'm trying to get jokes down before I start doing impressions.
So I found with the voiceover work that I've been doing, I like doing impressions. I don't know how good I am at them, and that's why I wrote them down on the sheet, and then I put like 3 or 4 exclamation points or question marks after it, like impressions. Like,
okay,
is that still a thing comedy wise? I mean, the easy ones are the not. They're not necessarily easy to do, but like the easy ones to throw out there are like the Trumps and the, stuff like that. I mean, hell, you just start moving your hands like this. I did a bit about, you could tell that was Trump's tell on how far, like if he was talking and his hands were only moving this far, he's probably telling the truth. But when he gets further out, that's when you know he's kind of talking some bullshit. And the way I came to this conclusion, and I figured out that this was his tell, is I watched all 14 seasons of The Apprentice. That was the bit that I did on stage. And I would always throw in like, Meatloaf, I really like the way you fundraised, but you saved like your big donors and you didn't bring them in. So my Trump's not that great.
You gotta find the impression.
Yeah, you gotta find it. You gotta find the funny in it as well. Watching The Simpsons lately, I figured I found I have a pretty good Duff Man. Oh yeah, Duff Man! We're going to rock.
Very, very macho man. I love it.
No. Oh, I got a Macho Man too. Oh yeah, Macho Man Randy Savage.
Brother, are you ready for this pain? I'll bring you
the pain,
brother.
We'll have to have the big wrestling fan Cameron K on, and she's open for Mick Foley and has more dates scheduled with him.
Fuck.
Yeah, she's out there doing the thing, man. So she's a big wrestling fan.
Look, Cam, come on. We'll have a wrestling episode. Teach me a wrestling. I did wrestling in high school and had to quit.
You can put B in a headlock.
We should have Cam with Darren because I know
they're both wrestlers.
I know
fans.
Darren for sure is wrestler. I was at one of his shows.
I think I might go out there tonight and hit his show. Spoiler: this is a Sunday, but not sure when this one will come out, but whatever. Also as a fan of the Muppets, I have a pretty good Kermit the Frog.
One of the easier.
I haven't really done them on stage, but we'll see. There's another comedian who kind of does a Muppet thing. I'm not gonna say like names or whatever, but so I was always a little worried about diving into Muppet material, but I'm starting to loosen up to that a little bit.
See, doing some comedy talk. That's why I kind of prefer to just not watch people's sets. Because then, like, if I watch someone, I'm like, oh fuck, he's doing that topic. I'm doing that topic.
Yeah, so like I try to stay out of the influence. There's people's sets that I like to like if I haven't seen them, to see what their style is, like kind of like their vibe or whatever. But then kind of like once I've seen them, I kind of just peek in, watch a little bit. And it's not a disrespect thing or anything. It's just like, look, that's you. Do the room, man.
So
do your thing. Yeah, do your thing. Yeah, when I see you at this room and that room and that room, I'm gonna catch it. By the time, you've got it honed in, I've watched you grow the bit, and it's cool. I like that. I'm not here. I don't need to see start to finish because over the course of time being out, you see that. But hi ho, Kermit the Frog here. Why are there so many songs about rainbows? So, the Very Good Podcast.
No, I'm losing my shit. Cause do you ever watch any of Bert Kreischer's podcasts?
I've watched Two Bears, One Cave a few times.
I forget
clips here and there.
I forget which one of his accents it is, but he's basically doing Kermit the Frog, and I can't not hear it. Well, like, God damn.
One of my daughter's friends, she had posted a picture of me reading to my grandson the last time I was there. I was reading him a book I got, Where the Wild Things Are, one of my favorite books. Great movie, too. Great movie. James Gandolfini, not just Tony Soprano. He was great in there. But she took a picture of me and posted it on Instagram, and one of her friends texted her, and she goes, "Your dad kind of looks like Bert Kreischer." And she goes, "I don't know who that is." So I had to show her, and she goes, "I see it." I'm not taking my shirt off on stage. It's more likely I'd take my pants off on stage, but...
Jay. Comedy talk. Any comedy talk?
No, I don't really have any comedy talk. I have one more question for you, though. Now that the weed is wheedled and you get a chance to maybe open the mind a little bit. Who plays you in a movie about you?
I've always pictured my biography, my biopic.
I mean, let's be honest. You only have 30 years to work from. So is this a 30-year arc, or are we talking this is like a 4-year chunk of your life, or is this like what? And what period are we talking? I mean, because honestly, I've got almost 15 more years of
extra experience.
Yeah, like I could pick some bigger chunks out of my... I got more options, I guess.
No, honestly, I was thinking almost like the Founder style. Like you catch me somewhere, like right now. Basically, it's like, ooh, look at how I grew this shit.
Right. Okay.
But I don't know.
Founder, great movie.
It's so
Michael Keaton is amazing.
Love Michael Keaton.
So good, so good.
Dude, I say it every time. Dude, alright, I think I know what I'm talking. And I knew what I was going to talk about. The weed just wheedled, dude. But fucking Pixar, man. They were getting big fucking names back then. Cars? Goddamn, George Carlin? Owen Wilson? Who was I going off of? The fuck was I going off on?
I don't know. The weed wheedled, dude.
So hard.
The weed is wheedled.
Whoever the fuck voices Doc, I forget his name, but he's fucking great.
Oh, yeah, he's no longer with us, I think. Wasn't that Paul? I want to say Paul Newman.
Sounds
right.
But dude,
Jamie, look that up.
Come on, get out of the greenhouse.
We got to get a Jamie.
Guys.
Taking applications.
We pay in weed and sometimes eggs.
Sometimes eggs.
Weed, coffee, and eggs. Sometimes. The writing in Pixar before Disney took over, dude. It was peak. And I'm bringing up Cars because I was just watching Cars with the kiddos.
Oh, nice.
But, dude, like, there's something about good writing, man. Like, Cars. Fucking Doc is all like, you drive like you pave roads. Lousy. Like, destroyed. He's done. Take him to the pound. He's gotta get scrapped.
Cars was, and I'm a big NASCAR fan, so I was on Cars. Full go, bro. Like Daryl Cartrip and all the boys. Dale Jr. was in it.
Yes.
King, Richard Petty.
Yes, that's the thing. Like looking at it now, I look
Chick Hicks, Michael Keaton.
That's
where we were at.
Michael Keaton is peak. Do you know Spies Like Us?
No,
I think it was Spies Like Us. Or Johnny Dangerously. It's this one movie. He's really fucking cheeky, dry, funny. It was great.
Animated?
No.
Okay. I'll have to take a look at it. See, I also want to watch him in Dope Sick, which is about the opioid crisis. I like him in dramatic roles as well. But, I mean, my introduction to Michael Keaton, my first three, which we talked about in the movie rewatch, the trailer rewatch episode, we watched Multiplicity. Michael Keaton was...
yes.
We watched Multiplicity. But my introduction, the three films that introduced me to Michael Keaton were Batman, Beetlejuice, and Mr. Mom. Those were the three. So I'm like, I got a serious tone, I got a crazy, like wild side, and then I got the very funny comedic side.
Yeah. Dude, Michael Keaton, dude, he's a gem, multifaceted. Love him, dude. Because you watch Beetlejuice 2?
I have not yet. I'm waiting for him to do Beetlejuice.
Dude,
that's a marketing that if they don't do the third movie like that, I mean, you wasted the whole franchise. You set it up for that. That's the punchline.
Like, Michael Keaton hasn't aged a day since Beetlejuice 1, dude. He looks so good.
The de-aging technology, though, too. But, like, trust me, I forced myself to go to the movie theater to watch The Flash just so I could see fucking Batman on the big screen again. Right. My Batman from my childhood. And let me tell you, it was amazing. It was amazing. But back to... who's going to play you in a movie?
Who's going to play me in a movie, man? I need some... Can we get Jason Momoa? I keep getting dollar store Jason Momoa comments, so can we just get Jason Momoa?
What was he in that? Remember that one commercial he was in where he came home, he was shooting, and he comes home and he like pulls the sleeves off, and he's just like this scrawnier guy. And he takes the hat off, and he's balding and stuff. No. And then he's like, oh, it was just this like tuck-in shirt that like sucked it all in for him.
That sounds so Alec Baldwin and Cat in the Hat.
Callback. That's a callback.
Cat in the Hat, man.
We're gonna plan a rewatch. We'll both rewatch it so it's very fresh, and then we'll sit down and talk about it.
Dude, do we do that for the 14th one?
Dude, we could do that. Let's watch it together.
For the happy?
For the happy. And we can just blunt it up while we're watching it, dude. That sounds like an episode.
We should do that.
Cat in the Hat episode.
It's a trip, man. It is not... Okay, look. Yeah, I've seen the 45 different video essays saying how it's bad. I don't care. It's beautifully amazing. Alec Baldwin takes off a girdle.
Oh man! So are do you just keep dodging the question? You don't know who's going to play you in a movie, or are we just letting the weed wheedle and we keep getting off topic?
I mean, like I don't know.
Because now I'm not going to give you my answer this week. You'll have to. That's a cliffhanger. Tune in to see who I choose to play me.
Who are actors? Can I get Robert Downey Jr.?
After Tropic Thunder, I don't know if that's a good idea. It's
like
2025, bro.
I mean, he could just paint his nails. I'd call it fun. I think he's brown enough.
Well, I think they're more into casting authentic individuals in authentic roles.
George Lopez.
So this is a future film about the end of your life. Is George Lopez telling the story of your life? It's like Princess Bride, but you're the book.
Yes, yeah. I don't know actors anymore. Let me think. Jake, who
I don't know. Now I've got to think about it. I wasn't prepared. This was a question for you.
No, Jake. Who's your actor? Who's actor?
I told you that's a cliffhanger.
Cliffhanger. Goddamn. Cliff DeMarco.
I'll tell you who people back in the day. So I used to be a heavier boy in my 20s. I was pushing the 3 bill mark, and yeah, now I sit at a healthy whatever I am. Whatever the munchies keep me at, that's where I'm at. Yeah, I was told a lot that Kevin James, Paul Blart Mall Cop, or in Grown Ups with or King of Queens,
like Bob Kelly calls it. You chronicle one of your fats. The Fat Chronicles.
The Fat Chronicles.
Because I had a small fat in college.
A small fat.
I got to 250, probably 260.
Ooh, I'll be honest. I've done something recently. I went to the doctor. I got weighed. I sit at about 240 right now, and I'm happy and healthy. And the doctor goes, "This is where you live?" I'm like, "Yeah." She's like, "Cool." Okay. Most places would think I'm morbidly obese.
Yeah, dude. I've done all the numbers and the measuring. I'm like, am I medically obese? Do I have to lose weight so my asthma doesn't get as bad?
Not the asthma.
So the smoking doesn't help.
Oh, not at all. So,
but it's supposed to clear cancer. I don't know.
So, as another little tease for a future episode, we're gonna talk energy drinks,
dude.
You brought me some energy drinks that I'm late to the party on that I enjoy. They're not my favorite, but they are good. I see why people like them, and we'll save that for the next time. But heading towards the end of this thing here, man, you want to start wrapping it up? As two stoners, we always love a good plug.
Yeah, we got some good things coming up.
So, do you have anything you want to plug?
Who have I been talking to? Not. We do have more rumblings.
We have more rumblings than actual plugs for the show.
So, don't really want to talk about that much.
But if you want us to
have some good plugs.
I have one good plug I can throw in for the show right now that we locked in while we set up the last time. Let's see, May 30th at the Rex Theater. The Very Good Podcast is going to sit down with show promoter and producer Randy Lee up in the green room there. We're going to chit-chat the history of the Rex, how he got that put together, and have lots of fun questions to talk to him and see if we can't sit down with some of the comedians either before or after their sets. In the intermission, we'll be set up in the green room and chit-chatting with the comedians and hopefully smoking some green in the green room.
Another live one, guys. Come on.
Yeah, out in the wild. That'll be fun. We're also trying to work out some details to get Kyle Forsyth on the show.
Kyle Forsyth.
He's getting set to record a special at the Detroit House of Comedy.
Always fun.
Where it all started for me. So once we get that locked in, hopefully we can get that set up and hook up with Kyle and chat the special and have some fun with him at out at the House of Comedy before a Tune-Up Tuesday soon. Outside of that, I don't have any other plugs. I don't have anything locked in show-wise that I'm doing. I might make an appearance at Grizzlies between the taping of this and the release of this. So we'll talk about that next time. Darren's also down to pod, so we'll lock in a date with him too. Really interested to get together with him and talk some AI stuff.
Ooh, some AI.
He's been chattering about the AI on the socials. So
that's what you had me wanting to talk to, man.
My eye's been watching it. So AI is a popular topic. So we'll sit down with Darren, and he seems to know what Chat GTP is all about, and we'll get the DL from him from I don't know. We'll have to maybe show him Terminator and Terminator 2. Maybe he hasn't seen those movies yet. Maybe that's why he's so friendly with AI. But I've seen them, so I keep my distance. But anything else? Or you want to wrap her down?
Check me out. We got some little cross-pollinating. This new show coming out. Shout out, homie Kate Dore.
The weeds wheedling.
I was gonna call her Kate Forsyth. I was like, that's not right.
That's not right.
Kate Dore, dude. She's got a show coming out. I may be on one of them.
Ooh.
So
special little tease. Shout out Kate Dore, huh?
Coming out maybe around the same time as this. Maybe a little further in the future.
Ooh.
May or June.
Ooh, exciting. All our friends are out there doing amazing stuff. Make a thing, do a thing, say a thing, have fun. That's the way I look at it.
Dude, here to have some fun. Here to have some fun talks. But goddamn, dude, I really wanted to talk about AI.
That's going to be an AI-heavy Darren episode, because
AI and wrestling is what it sounds like. Dude. And then we have the follow-up. We have Cam
on. Get the female view from the wrestling world.